Welcome to Champagne Gainz, the podcast where we pop the cork on the world of fitness competitions, lifestyle, and everything in between. I'm your co-host, Becca Mickelson, nutrition coach, personal trainer, and NPC bikini competitor.
And I'm Kiki McClellan, IFBB pro bikini athlete and coach. Together, we'll be guiding you through the ins and outs of what it takes to shine on the stage and life, while keeping it real and having a little fun along the way.
From prepping for the big day to enjoying the post-show treats, we're going to cover it all. We'll also be talking about food, fitness, and how to balance this unique lifestyle with our everyday lives.
Plus, we'll be inviting some special guests to join us on the show, fellow competitors, coaches, and others in the industry who can share their wisdom and stories with us.
And of course, we'll be getting personal and sharing our own experiences, successes, and struggles as we train and compete in this exciting world of fitness competitions.
So grab your favorite glass of bubbly and let's get ready to dive into today's episode of Champagne Gainz. What's going on, guys? Coach Kiki
and Coach Becken back for another episode of Champagne Gainz. This week, what are we talking about?
We are talking about so now that you're 1 month into your 2024 goals, are you giving up, or how to stay on track with those goals? Because I think for the most general pop people, they go in with January with really good intentions, like we're doing dry January, and then come February, I know, come February 1st, it's just back to who you were the year before.
Yes. I think statistically 80% of people have given up on their New Year's resolutions by February. 80%.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. I mean, I was doing content articles for Max Effort, and one of them was why hire a coach? And it's the accountability piece is huge.
That's literally it.
Yeah, no one, you can say that you want to do all these things and everything, but if you don't have someone holding you accountable, it could just be so easy to be well, I'm gonna just fuck around.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I have so much pressure for me. I'm checking in with Coach Ben twice a week, and then I'm also posing with him once a week. So it's I have to be on my shit
in
all
your
the
off season.
Yeah, I have to be on my shit the whole time. And it makes sense. Obviously, we have really big goals, but it also keeps me on track because, I know I check in with him on Saturday and then I have to check in with him the following Tuesday. So it's you're not going to fuck around on, Sunday or Monday, because it's you have to check in with your coach. So it's you have maybe a half a day on Saturday. Then it's I know, I feel like us coaches, we know if you fuck off.
Oh yeah. 1000%.
Based on pictures and just the way you say things.
Right. If something isn't changing, and there's no good explanation as to why, we can always find out or work it out or figure it out, why my weight isn't moving.
Yeah.
So yeah, we always know.
Yeah. So it's I think New Year's resolutions are fine and everything, but you have to have that added piece of someone to check in with.
Yeah.
I guess if you are, say, doing the dry January, you have to let people know. At the end of last year, that's why I sent that goal sheet out to all of my clients, because I'm yo, you share your goals with, it doesn't have to be bodybuilding or fitness, nutrition related. Just give me your goals, because I'm gonna have them on the sheet. So, and at the end of Q1, we look over it and you're still fucking off. Dude, what are we doing?
Kick in the ass.
Yeah.
That's what, whenever I onboard a client, it's what are your expectations from me as your coach? Always accountability and literally kick me in the ass. you know,
Mhm.
if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm like, okay, like you're saying that to me, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. We're
not just gonna let you like lay back and do whatever.
Yeah, this isn't like a game. Like this is our jobs.
Right? I'm
And
not doing this for fun. I mean, it's fun, but
it is
like,
fun. But
but
like they're
so
also they're representations of us and
yes,
how we coach.
yes,
So I respect my coach so much. So like if I fuck off, that's a representation of him. You
hmm,
know, like I always am like, oh, I just want to make you proud. And
yeah,
well, you want to make yourself proud. I was like, yes, but like you're like I'm a byproduct of your coaching. So if
mhm,
I fuck off, like who wants to hire you?
right.
Mm-mm.
Yes, and same goes for you as my coach. Like, I want to come in looking my fucking best because
Yeah.
that is a representation of you. Like, you don't get to like half-ass prep and get on stage. Like, I'm not
Not,
putting you on stage if you look like shit because
yeah.
you didn't do what you're supposed to do.
Dude, I literally had a client. So I do Loom videos for responses. The girls check in on Mondays. This one client who's supposed to be in prep, she just opened last week's response this week before she sent her photos late on Tuesday. And I was like, so you think you're going to step on stage in 11 weeks? Like, dude, what if there was a lot of good information in that video? Like it was like her first weekend, so it's nothing like we needed to change anything, but like
Yeah.
if you have questions or if I have questions, I have asked so many questions,
Mhm.
follow-up questions, and I need a response from that. I don't want you to just watch the video and then just
Right.
go throughout your week. Like I need your responses to that.
Yes.
And need them within a timely manner. Like that, I can't even tell you. I'd have to go rewatch the video to remember what I said.
Hmm. Um, that happens to me too. Like I've been doing them videos on my weeks that we don't do check-in calls, and like sometimes they won't even open them.
Just wasting my time.
Thanks. It's like because we can see we get an email when they open when it says this has been seen. Like
Mhm.
I know you're not paying attention.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
it's like, okay, I guess you didn't want to watch that.
Yeah.
But what I like, um, you are literally paying for this. Like
Mhm.
you have skin in the game. So why would you like why just waste money and not like follow or like pay attention to what I'm saying? Like my favorite thing is when my clients get on a call with me and they have like a notebook ready.
Yep.
And they're like, okay, got it, got it. Even though I'm gonna like send them all this information afterwards, like I love it when they're into it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I sometimes get annoyed with people who have like so many questions. But like I guess I would rather have that than someone who's just like just like expecting to like have this stuff like be magic for them. Like
Mhm.
just because you set out these big goals to lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, like, dude, you have to put in the work. Like it's not like I can spoon feed, like just because you have like protocols doesn't mean that it's automatically going to have you lose weight.
Right. I just saw this yesterday. Paying a coach or a trainer or a mentor doesn't guarantee a result. It buys you guidance, accountability, practical application, and the support required to complete the tasks necessary for the results to even be possible.
Yes.
You don't pay for results. You pay, well, I mean, like, in a way, you pay for guidance and
Mhm.
like accountability.
Yeah. And it's just like I like people they do all these things come January and it's like, all right, so you're building up this momentum, which is great, but then it's just like slow, something diverts, and then it's just like, well,
No,
boom.
literally, like it takes one day for people to just be like, okay, well, I didn't
But
do it, so I'm not going to continue. I'm not going to do anything.
yeah, just because you missed one day or whatever, like this is life. I tell my clients, like, I don't expect you to be perfect 100% of the time, but like if we're right in the midline, we're staying consistent. Like consistency is going to be key. So like Alexa, for example, yesterday she ate a Costco muffin. um and she called herself out on Instagram for it, which is hilarious. But then it's not like she ate that and just said F it to all of her goals. The very next meal, she was back on her shit. Um, and like same thing for like us, if we're like in our improvement seasons, like say like for like the Super Bowl or something. The Super Bowl is one day. So
Yeah.
enjoy that meal and then just get back on your shit. Like you just get back on the train and the train keeps going.
Yes. Exactly. I actually, well, like speaking of Super Bowl, it relates to that somehow. I had a client this past weekend. She was like, she still had a family Christmas. She's like, I made a high protein dirt cake that I could bring and eat as dessert so that I didn't feel like I was like being left out of, festivities. So that is Super Bowl idea, but like it's those little things that add up.
Yeah. And like I don't expect you to follow your meal plan on like Valentine's Day if you and if you have a significant other. Um if you are going out to a nice dinner, like enjoy that meal, but then like you should probably warn your significant other like, hey, like please don't buy me like a box of chocolates.
Right. Yeah, you
Just
don't need
buy me
that.
like a box of protein bars or beef jerky or something.
Mhm.
Dude, that would be like, okay, so this is a side tangent. I keep seeing these ads for like men's Valentine gifts. I don't know why I'm getting these sponsored ads, but they're for like jerky and stuff that's like shaped in like hearts.
Oh,
And it's for like men, like men. I was like, uh, Kiki would like this.
yeah.
Like, don't give me a box of chocolates, give me some beef jerky.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I know. But it does like people just expect like they're going to see like overnight results from starting a protocol or having or like writing out these goals, or they just think like, I don't know, that if one day goes off, it's like, well, F it. Ma'am, there's 365 days, 366 because it's
It's a leap year.
um a leap year. So like if you do the math, you have like just don't be an asshole.
Right. 1 divided by 366.0027.
Yeah. So
Let's
like if
just
you
say
have,
F it because of that.
yeah, like yeah, that's ridiculous. Corey posted this thing last night as well, which I thought was very good. I mean, I love Corey and I love how blunt he is.
Mhm.
Um, and it's he kind of holds me accountable and just because I want him to respect me. So I'm like,
Right.
well, I'll have to uphold myself not only to Ben, but also Corey.
Yes.
But he said,
Who's
uh,
scared?
yeah, people get upset or down on themselves when in 15 days they don't undo the poor habits of 15 years. Think about that logically. You think your entitlement to fuck off your health for 15 years, but because you are strict for 15 days, you deserve what? Question mark.
Preach.
Like I had a client say something about, oh, I haven't been that weight since 2009. And I was like, 2009? Like how that is 15 years.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we got a long ways to go.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not going to burn you to the ground. I'm not
Right.
one of those coaches that's gonna make you do 3 hours of cardio and eat like
God.
nothing.
Right.
Like
That
it's going to take time and it's going to take stages depending on where you are at in your journey.
mhm. I think that is the thing that just people need to set realistic expectations for themselves. And like, you can't start something like after fucking off for 15 years, you can't start something that you're going to hate. Like, let's do keto. Like, let's not.
If you like
Let's,
carbs,
yeah, exactly. Let's do Optivia. No, let's not go from eating this, like, let's not just half our calories or more, like you have to make it fit with your lifestyle. And that's another reason you need a coach.
so I think like I guess that would be like a piece of advice like for people who are, just because it's now February when this is being released, like just because maybe you didn't have a great start to 2024, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Like maybe you have these big goals and you were going to do it by yourself, and it just like something wasn't matching up. Like just
Mhm.
because 1 month was, like a wash, if you want to call it that, that doesn't mean that you have to wait 11 months until 2025 to start over. Like
Exactly. Like
just
summer
pick
is
it back
still
up.
coming.
Yeah, pick it back up.
Right.
Uh, I mean, I have several girls still in like a building phase right now. It's
Hmm.
like actively trying to put on weight, which is just
Yes.
so counterintuitive to the general population of what they think should happen in January.
Hmm. Yeah. And you can't expect results that quickly. So in um in terms of things being unsustainable, like I think people just try to do too many things at once. Like what, you're gonna start four new effing things on January 1st and like just get down on yourself if you can't like keep up with that. Like you need to be
Yeah,
doing like people just like
they
what's the
go
word?
from doing nothing and like I'm doing absolutely nothing. And then come January 1st, it's like I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week. I'm going to do keto. I'm going to do make sure I do like all of these lists. And I've
Yeah.
been victim of that before too. Like, well, I have all of these big goals and I feel like they need to be accomplished right now. And
Mhm.
that's like not the case because then you just get so overwhelmed with like doing all these things when it's like you just need to slowly add in these habits.
Yes. Yes, that's what I wrote down. Like you need to add things instead of taking things away to start. Like,
Mhm.
so you want chocolate chips, add some protein yogurt to them. Like put it together. Get some protein in with that. Like add more water into your day. Make sure that you drink coffee or sorry, drink water before you have a cup of coffee in the morning. Like
Yeah.
just little things like that. Like people just like shit on the basics so much. Like they don't think that doing basic things like drinking water and just moving and getting steps in is going to do anything.
Yeah. It's like
Yo,
start there. And then
yeah,
once you are comfortable with that and having that as a habit, you just stack more things onto that. Like
right.
I didn't become who I am overnight with the flip of a switch. Like I was the same way. I started, going to the gym 4 days a week. I made sure I got water in and I walked places. And then it's like, okay, these are easy. These are like in my toolbox now. Now I can, look at my calories. Now that I'm comfortable with, staying at a certain caloric level, okay, let's look at the foods that I'm adding into my calories.
Yes.
Um, so it's like, okay, so let's make sure we're at this calories and we get this range of protein. Cool. Do that for a couple weeks until you get consistent with that. And then
Hmm.
if you want to get more dialed in with, carbs and fats, you totally can. But like for the most part, if you're hitting calories, you're hitting protein, you're going to the gym, you're getting your water, you'll be okay.
You're going to see results from that. Like
Yeah.
the basic things. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like,
No.
I had someone say, it was like a comment on something in my Facebook group. I used to think like people that looked like you just like ate nothing and did hours of cardio. I'm like, it's the opposite. Like, we eat a lot and we lift. I mean, like, obviously in prep cardio, but like, dude, I don't know. Like, that's my whole goal, is to like fucking kill all these misconceptions about what to do to get results that you
Yeah,
want. Because everybody wants to be toned. You talk to a woman, she'll say, I want to be toned. Okay, well, guess what? That's adding muscle to your body. Doing
yeah,
cardio is just making you a smaller version of yourself, like
yeah.
not putting on any mass.
My goal, like, especially now that I'm like back in my hometown, like I like working with the young women because
Mhm.
I have one 15-year-old on my roster, and um she's the same way. She's like, I just want to look toned. And I was like, all right, we're eating all this food. And she's like, I'm so full. I'm like, we're eating all this food. You're 15. You are
Yeah,
in two sports, you go to the gym 4 or 5 days a week, you want muscle. Like, if you want to look like me, I promise you, like, take advantage of how young you are now and put on this muscle,
a newbie
please.
gains.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like you are in a such a prime state to add on muscle tissue. And like I tell all my girls, we don't have to walk around with a crown above our head that says our weight. So like,
actually,
doesn't matter. I don't even have her weigh herself because A, that's weird for like a 15-year-old to weigh
yeah,
themselves.
yeah, we don't need that. But like, I feel so many people have no idea what it actually feels like to feel good. Like, their normal is they're tired, they're sore all the time, they sleep like shit, they have a poor mood, they're bloated, and they have all these cravings. Like,
Yeah.
that's not how you should feel all the time.
And I think they just become over the 15 years, 10, 15 years, like they've just become accustomed to that. So that's like their normal. And it's
Yeah,
like, yo, you're not supposed to feel like that.
no,
That's
and
like when I know, like when I don't feel off, I like can easily pinpoint things as to
yep,
like why I feel off. So it's
yep.
like, yeah, like for you, like, oh, you didn't sleep well last night.
Mhm.
It was like, okay, that's an easy point because everything else has been like, everything else is on track.
Yeah, exactly. Um, and they also like don't take into account, like, when I have a new client start with me, it is insane how quickly they start to turn around. Like, within a week, they're like, I have way more energy. I'm like, imagine that. Who would have
Yeah.
thought? You know, like, and it's literally like their first week is just like, okay, we're making sure that you're getting water in and we're making sure you're eating protein. Like, that's it. I'm not like, here's your macros, hit them perfectly. Like, that's a freaking learning curve. So you have to give yourself time there.
Yeah. Like the only client, like a lot of my clients aren't like newbies. So it's like, it's there. You have to just like meet yourself where you are at.
Like,
Like you
yeah.
can't, I was talking to one of my friends about this and I was just saying like how like, oh, I need to be more jacked and I need to I want to look like an action figure in X, Y, or Z. And he was like, dude, Kiki, you look amazing. And I was like, yeah, but like you're Gen Pop. Like, so like I'm comparing myself to like the elite of the elite. And I think
Mhm.
some people who are like so new or just general pop, if they start comparing themselves to me or to, because I'm elite, um,
Yeah,
or
you are.
like these other people, like you're missing the mark.
Yeah.
You have to baby step this,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
meet yourself where you're at. And if that's, say, like you're looking at your goals again in February, so it's like, all right, well, I did too much. Let's take it a couple rings down the ladder
Right.
and really just kind of like, okay, so we want to do this big goal and that is great, but let's like baby step to get to the habits that will help you get there.
Hmm. Yes. So like what can you do? Like if you fell off the wagon in January, you want to get back on in February, but you don't want to do some stupid ass diet, drink your water. I mean, like I have usually have people aim for like if they're not used to it at like 100 ounces a day.
Yeah.
Drink your water, get your steps in, aim for like this step tracker is $30 on Amazon. And it's game changing, like to track your steps. Like my legs are getting leaner already.
Yeah.
So like get steps in, park farther away, take the stairs, do what you can. Like like 8K steps a day for normal people?
Yeah, I think I'm at like, I mean, I'm probably still walking too much than what I need, but like, yeah, probably like 8K to start. I think people think like, oh, 10K, because I think that's what happened like when Fitbit came out. That was like everyone's goal was like, oh, we have to hit 10K. You
Yeah.
know, if you're only hitting 4 or 5,000 right now, like you're gonna be shot.
Yeah. Or if you know like how many steps you're getting a day, like try to add on 500 one week. And then the next week, try to add on 500 more or 1,000, like baby steps. And make sure that you start getting your protein in. Like I cannot express enough how important getting protein in. Like people feel like shit by like noon and they're tired and hungry already. It's because you're not eating protein for breakfast. You know what's not a good breakfast? Oatmeal alone, eggs and bacon. That's just fucking
granola,
bad.
granola bar.
Yeah, there's like such a misconception with
Oh,
breakfast food. It's stupid.
yeah,
Like,
like it's totally okay to have. Like for me, I had oatmeal and tilapia.
no, yeah, that's the thing. This is where we add things instead of taking them away. You can have your oatmeal if you don't want to eat tilapia for breakfast. You can
Please
have,
don't.
yogurt, like the protein yogurt.
Egg whites.
It's like add egg whites to your eggs. Whole eggs are not a good protein source. Like,
No, but you have two, like if you go to a restaurant and they're normally like 3 egg omelets.
yeah,
All right, 3 eggs is going to be what?
with 18 grams of
15, yeah,
protein.
18 grams of protein, but also 15 grams of fat. So it's like,
Mhm.
dude, you need
Add some
more,
egg whites to that,
you need more protein than that.
or
Trust
like
me.
lean, like ham.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was something I wanted to talk about because I feel like people just start like crashing by noon. Like, I
Yep.
wonder why? Because your
Yeah.
insulin spikes and then you're fucking tired.
Yeah. Protein, protein and fats are definitely like protein. I say like protein, fiber, and fats. I
Yes.
always add in the fiber component. So like whether that's if you don't like a big breakfast like oatmeal, have some berries.
Yes.
Um, that's pretty much all I got.
Um, dude, if you did like potatoes for breakfast with egg whites, bomb. Add like
Yeah.
one whole egg in there. That's like a freaking skillet. Like,
Yeah, make yourself a little hash. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Dude, I really want breakfast food. I
Yeah,
probably would
I
still
haven't
want
had any like cravings yet. Actually, I saw a piece of angel food cake and I was like, that looks good, but
Hey, angel food cake is probably the best way to go.
protein.
Yeah, there's definitely a like protein powder angel food cake recipe. So that cake
Ooh. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick to my meal plan.
good girl. But
The
yeah,
only thing I miss is champagne.
yeah, yeah. I'll
Oh
drink some.
well, I'll
I
have
can't
some
drink
after I
champagne.
win.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like so going back to like say it's February and you're fell off the wagon and we're trying to get you back on the wagon so we can go. um, start with the small habits.
Yes.
Um, hire a coach.
Set realistic expectations for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't
Um,
give up if you miss a day.
yeah. just get back on
Back on
the
the
wagon.
damn horse.
Yeah, come on. This
Yes.
isn't Fast and Furious. We're just, being consistency. Um consistency is like such a big superpower.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and
It
just because
is.
like, it doesn't have to mean like you're like 100% perfect does not mean that you're consistent, It's like, yo, okay, so we fell off and now we're back on. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yes. Motivation is not always going to be there. So that's when you rely on your, discipline and consistency.
And then tell people your goals, you know.
Yeah.
Um
People that actually support you, not people that are gonna be like, oh, have this drink. Like,
if you're trying not to drink. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Um
That's all I got.
yeah, that's all. That was kind of like a long tangent of a lot of different things. But I think being blunt and real with people, like this is what people need to hear instead
1000%.
instead of just like I don't
It's
know,
okay.
being
Just
pansies.
wait. You look fine. No, if you have goals, if you want to look a different way, you have to do the work.
Yeah, and people may look at you weird.
Yeah. Um, 2 weeks ago, when I was traveling for something, I brought all my food with me and I walked into a gas station just to warm my food up because I'm not at that point in prep where I'm going to eat cold food. So I went into a gas station. I didn't use the restroom. I didn't buy anything. I just fucking used their microwave to warm my food up. And then I went and got my hair done. And my hairstylist was like, you just walked in there and used the microwave? I was like, yeah. Like,
Like, yeah, I did.
yeah, I don't give a crap what anyone thinks.
No. And
If you
like,
have goals, you'll do what it takes.
yeah, everybody has like weird things. So like if people think I'm weird for microwaving food in a gas station and not doing anything else at that
We're
gas
eating
station,
tilapia for breakfast. It's fine. We don't care.
yeah.
I'm gonna go do it again today.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you guys have any questions or need someone to talk to about your goals, Becca and I both are available for consultation calls
Yes.
for coaching services. And we just kind of want to, like Becca said, we want to zap all these misconceptions of things.
Yeah. You don't have to be 1000% perfect and you don't have to do stupid shit to reach your goals. So
No.
you can find me on Instagram at Beckin_Bikini.
And you can find me on Instagram at KeekersLaugh_IFBB Pro.
Give us a 5-star rating and review and let us know what you think.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers. We're so bad at signing off.
You know?